What would you say, in your opinion, is the main thing you should be looking for as a buyer on inspection day? Deals can be made or broken on inspection day. What's up, y'all? Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're not to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya, but by the end of this video, we're gonna be cool like that, so you could call me Taj. As you guys read by the title, today is another real estate focused day. So I know in my last couple of day in the life of a realtor videos, it's been more showings, but I wanted to make sure that I'm showing you guys more than just the same type of content over and over, and I want to make sure that I'm doing a good job capturing all the different parts of a real estate transaction. So yeah, the going around and the showing the homes, that could be the fun part, but then what happens after you actually solidify a home? What happens after you found the home that you love? Your realtor helps you write up an offer on it. You put in your offer and it's accepted. At that point, congratulations, you are officially under contract. Now the clock starts. In most states, there's a certain number of days where you as the buyer have the option to do your due diligence. So therefore, that time period is called the due diligence period. Here in the state of South Carolina, our due diligence period is 10 business days. So once you find out the seller has accepted your offer, congratulations, you're officially under contract. The clock now starts and you have 10 business days to do your due diligence on the property and make sure that it is the one that you want. So what happens during that due diligence period? That is your time as a buyer to get all of your inspections done, because you want to essentially make sure that the home that you're buying is worth buying and that you actually know what's going on behind the wall. So that is when you will order your termite inspection. That is when you will order your HVAC or air conditioning inspection. That is when you have just a regular inspector come, go up in the attic, go down in the crawl spaces, and tell you what is really happening behind the walls of that house. So during that time, you want to make sure your inspectors are as thorough as possible. That was quick.
See where it's wavy?
Yeah.
So that's going to be on my report that needs to be repaired.
Okay. My apologies, guys. As you can see, I am currently sitting at one of the properties that I have under contract, and it is inspection day. So I have the termite inspector, I have the HVAC inspector, and a regular home inspector all here simultaneously, because it's just a little bit easier on my schedule. Since these clients are out of state, I am showing up in their place and I needed to be able to unlock the door for them. So this is why it's important to have a really good relationship with your realtor, because your realtor is going to be the one showing up to these appointments in your place in the event that you cannot make it. But as I was saying, during the due diligence period, that is when you order all of these inspections and make sure you're essentially getting your money's worth. Side note, I just want to say that I'm filming this in the car because this property is vacant, so there's nowhere for me to sit in there, and I also don't want to be in the inspector's way. But I am going to see if the inspector is willing to just answer a couple questions and just give me a list of some of the big ticket items that you're going to be looking for during your home inspection. So let's go see if you guys can hear it from the horse's mouth. So my apologies for the lighting being off, but it just dawned on me, I don't think I actually showed me showing this property in any of my recent vlogs. I usually only vlog when I have more than one property to show, otherwise the video would be really short. I can't tell you guys all about inspections without showing you the property. So let's go take a look at this beautiful home that my clients have successfully gotten under contract. Come on, yeah, let's go. I am currently trying to make a video of some of the big important ticket items to look for on inspection day. What would you say, in your opinion, is the main things that you should be looking for as a buyer on inspection day that the inspector doesn't want to miss?
The biggest issues I would tend to see on these inspections have to do with structure settlement issues.
Structure settlement issues.
Settlement, yeah, and exterior wall settlement has become very expensive. If you get a corner that's down, it's a minimum of $6,000 to fix it just to get started.
And that's just for one corner.
One corner. And so the foundation's very pricey when you have it. So I tend to, the focal point of my inspections has to do with the things that cost the most to fix. So
Right.
general structure, I say, is number one. Number two, I would say major crawl space issues. And they tend to have to do with moisture problems, long-term wood decay fungus, also major termite issues on a house that's been left untreated for a long time and not inspected for a long time. So talking about the things that can have the biggest amount of money.
Right.
And then you get to probably the roof. Shingles are very expensive, $300 a square on average for an architectural
$300 a square for a roof shingle.
Wow.
Wow.
A square is 10 feet by 10 feet.
Right.
And then big plumbing issues or electrical. You don't tend to have as much electrical as you do plumbing.
Those big ticket items that you spoke about are a lot more pricey, and as someone just buying and purchasing a property, you don't want to think about a 15 grand roof bill on first 2, 3, even first 5 years. Got you. So any home built between that time period, you automatically are checking for aluminum wiring.
No, for novel tube wiring.
For novel tube wiring.
Aluminum wiring, if the house was built during Vietnam. During Vietnam, the price of copper got so expensive because of the war. They used it in the military and ammunition. It got so expensive, they tried to come up with the types of electrical wiring that would conduct electricity okay. And aluminum is what they chose.
I was gonna say, because once you've been doing this for a while, and it sounds like once you know the area and the neighborhoods and the history of them, you kind of know what to expect within the walls of the home.
Absolutely.
Right, and you know how to kind of prepare the buyer, whether, you know, this is something that they may freak out over, whether this is something that's normal in most houses in this area. So it kind of just gives them that reassurance.
I can't advise people by law to buy or not buy a house.
Right.
But I can say this house has way less deficiencies than I normally see. This is a much better than average house. Or if it's a piece of crap, I'll just say this is a below average house. And the buyers want to know the overall condition, how it ranks to all the houses around them.
I did not bring no shades to work today, so ignore the squinting. Yeah, the sun is mad bright, but it feels also mad good. Hopefully the audio in those clips were good enough. You guys heard from the inspector directly what are the 5 big ticket items that you want to make sure that as a buyer your inspector is hitting on inspection day. Inspection day is crucial. Deals can be made or broken on inspection day because you could fall in love with the house on the exterior, but once the inspector gets up in that attic, gets up in that crawl space, it's singing a different tune. And you want to make sure that the money that you're putting in your home is actually going to give you a return. You don't want a home that off the bat needs thousands of dollars worth of work, unless you're looking for a flip project or a fixer-upper. That's different. But if you are just trying to move into your home, enjoy it for a while before having to worry about replacing those big ticket items, then you want to make sure that you are hiring a trusted, bonded, licensed, professional inspector. If you don't know where to find a good inspector, that is where your real estate agent, realtor, real estate team, that is where they come in, because they should have a trusted team that they are familiar with working with, and that should help ease you in your transaction. So the termite inspector has already left. The home inspector is still here because he has to do all the nitty-gritty, the appliances, all that good stuff. He's already been up on the roof. He still has to go down into the crawl space. So we're gonna be here for a little bit. I have not ate breakfast, but y'all know me. On my real estate days, I be keeping it real. This is how it is. I had just enough time, okay? I pulled up at 9:29 for a 9:30 appointment. And if you know me, you know. I was not thrilled about that, but Malik had to go to formation this morning. I had to wait for him to come back so that I could get in the car, and he got home just in time. Again, God is on my side, as always, because y'all. All right, y'all, so I am back in the car just kind of sitting around waiting. Like I said, there's nowhere for me to sit, as y'all saw, and I don't want to be in the inspector's way. He's still doing his thing. It is 10:30, so been here for an hour now, and this is kind of just what inspection day looks like. It's a lot of sitting around and waiting. Granted, if the buyers were physically here, they could be walking the property with him, asking questions in real time, but he is going to put all of the details of what he finds, his recommendations are all going to be condensed into a inspection report that the buyers will get emailed a copy of. And then my job is just to give them a phone call after inspections are done, kind of give them the cliff notes of, and did he find any of those 5 major ticket items that need to be replaced, and kind of just warn them of what's to come on the report. And then they'll get a copy of the report in a couple days when the inspector is done typing it all up. We love this inspector because he is very, very thorough. That inspection report is going to be 15 to 20 pages, and that is normal. That is a good inspection. That does not mean that that's 15 or 20 pages of things that are wrong or need to be fixed. Sorry if that bug is like mad loud. That does not mean that that 15 to 20 pages is all of things that are wrong. He is just noting everything that he finds. Now, it is your realtor or your real estate agent, real estate team, whoever you're working with. It is their job to assure you what is normal, what is not. It is his job as an inspector to tell you everything there is to know about this property, because you want to know essentially what you're getting. And the only person that's qualified to tell you that is an inspector. Your realtor, your real estate agent is not. So my job is kind of to just breeze it over, let them know what to expect. His job is to give them the real deal, and they can decide at the end of all of that, once they read the report, once I give them the rundown, if they would like to move forward with purchasing this home. Because I didn't mention it early, but it is very important to know the due diligence period is so important, not only because you get to get all of your inspections and things done with the properties. That due diligence period in the state of South Carolina, like I said, is 10 business days. During those 10 business days, as the buyer, you have those 10 business days to back out of that contract, back out from purchasing that home, and get all of your earnest money deposit back. If you do not know what some of these terms that I'm using, I said it in my last video, but I will mention it again. I do have a real estate gems playlist on my channel. I will go ahead and link it right now. And one of my videos is all about real estate vocab words that you need to know if you are trying to buy or sell a home. So like I was saying, the due diligence period is the only time where you can back out for any reason and get every single cent of that earnest money deposit back. So the due diligence period is very, very important. It is important to you, the buyer, and to your realtor to keep track of when the due diligence period ends, because on that 11th business day, you are no longer obligated to get your money back. The seller can very well decide to keep it. So now you have spent money on a home that you decided you don't want to buy, and now you have less money to purchase the next property that you find. So it is very crucial that you utilize the due diligence period as a buyer. It is very crucial that your realtor helps you stay on top of the inspectors and making sure that you get them scheduled within that 10-day or however many days it is in your state. It could be different state to state. So make sure if you are looking to buy a home or sell a home, because as a seller, you need to understand that the buyers have that due diligence period. So you may think, hey, we got a buyer for our home. And then they can back out very well within those 10 business days for any reason. Anytime after that, the seller has to let you break that contract and understand that by breaking that contract, you risk losing your earnest money. And that's something that nobody wants. Now that that is all out the way, like I said, I'm just sitting in the car, kind of just chilling. I'm actually looking up some things to do today. Because like I keep saying, it's a beautiful day. The boys are at home. Malik is off today. So it is just a really nice Friday. But yeah, I'm just online looking up what there is to do. Because y'all know we do not be knowing what there is to do out here. So I be having to go on Instagram and TikTok and look up what's going on in Colombia. So that is what I'm doing. So I'll probably touch bases with you guys once the inspector is done and kind of give you guys an update on what he finds. So I will talk to you guys in the next clip. All right, y'all. So the inspector has officially left. Again, sorry if it's loud, but the inspector has just finished his inspection. He actually just pulled off. I just finished locking up the home. And great news, he didn't find any of those kind of 5 big ticket items. Well, he couldn't find anything more than the normal wear and tear that you would see on a 12-year-old home here. So that is great news for me to relay back to my buyers. He said that he will have the inspection report to us tonight, which is also great news because, like I said, during this due diligence period, you want things to move as quickly as possible, and we are already pretty much done with our first 5 business days. So we only have 5 business days left. So the quicker that your inspector can get the report back to you is the quicker your buyers can go over everything and make sure that this is the home for them. So that is great news. I am getting ready to go grab breakfast. Like I said, I'm hungry, and I will be giving my buyers a call on the way. I am going to end this video here instead of making it a traditional day in the life vlog. I just wanted this one to kind of be short and simple but very informative. So if this video was helpful to you or maybe helpful to someone you know, make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. If you aren't already a part of the tribe, you might as well go ahead and make it official and hit that subscribe button because I would love to have you. And if you like the vibes here, you know where to find me next time. So I will see you, because you probably gonna come back in my next video. Peace, tribe.